right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Camera rolling, speeding.
Be sure to have your programs and pencils ready. Badia? Sorry, I'm Kayla. Sorry. Hello, and thank you for joining us at the Historic Ball Theater for the BADA Video Festival. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ruben, and tonight you'll be seeing the best videos of the spring semester.
Be sure to have your program and pencil ready so that you can rate each video as you watch.
At the end of the show, the BADA volunteers will come by to pick up your ballots as you leave. We will announce the winners in BADA classes on Friday.
And if you haven't subscribed to the BADA YouTube channel to receive our weekly broadcast and all our latest videos, you should. Just search Bay Area Digital Arts on YouTube and hit subscribe.
All of tonight's videos will be posted on our YouTube channel in the next few weeks. And now, without further delay, please enjoy the
BADA Video Festival.
Lock the doors, lower the blinds, fire up the smoke machine, and put on your heels. Because I know exactly what we need.
Let's have a kiki.
I wanna have a kiki.
Lock the doors.
Right.
Let's have a kiki.
I'm gonna let you have it.
Let's have a kiki. I wanna have a kiki.
Dive, turn, work.
Let's have a kiki.
We are gonna serve
And work and turn.
and honey.
Is a party for calming all your nerves. We're spilling tea and dishing just desserts one may deserve. And though the sun
Breaking news. Missing person. Bertha Clerk last seen in her own home. If seen, please call the human trafficking hotline.
belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it will seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong.
Alright, my name is Tang. I am big and I'm Asian. Pancakes all the way. Like, I don't care. Waffles suck.
My name is Isaac and I am a senior at SOZ High School. I've liked the school for a long time. My opinion, I think pancakes are better. They just taste better in my opinion.
Hello, my name is Mixer Jackson and I'm one cool individual. It's not my opinion, it's a fact that pancakes are better than waffles.
My name is El Gutierrez. In my opinion, like, waffles better.
My name is Jalen. In my opinion, I think waffles is better. They're very crispy and buttery, and it's just better in general. Pancakes are very flat and soggy. Who wants that?
I'm Eamon. I don't really have a set opinion on this, but if I had to choose between one or the other, I think I'd pick pancakes.
My name is Daniel. In my opinion, I would have to say waffles are superior.
My name is Luis. I'm 18 years old. I think, in my opinion, waffles is better.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Parra-Moreno. I prefer waffles 100 times more.
Hello, my name is Imelda Martinez. In my opinion, I think waffles are better.
My name is Jonathan. In my opinion, pancakes are better than waffles.
I'm Noah. I think pancakes are better than waffles.
Hello, my name is Josue. Some people know me as Mo. For this documentary, I'm going to be going over what's best between pancakes versus waffles. And with this, I'm going to be doing interviews. I'm going to be asking people with interviews what they like to put on the waffles, why they like their preference, etc. And ultimately, I'm going to have to choose which one is best between the two.
For this part of the documentary, I'll get more in depth into the history between pancakes versus waffles and how they became of a breakfast item itself, and also some facts about both items. Did you know the first pancakes were called Alita Dolcia, another sweet in Latin, and were made by Romans in the 1st century AD? Also, in the US, Southerners eat the most pancakes, accounting for 32.5% of our pancakes consumption. In ancient Greece, and later during the Middle Ages, many variations of these cakes were made, which were called wafers. But the first known waffle recipe was made in the late 14th century. Usually milk and occasionally cream become the preferred liquids for pancake batter. Before then, brandy and wine had been just as common. A shortage of ice cream cups and a surplus of waffles inspired the ice cream cone, and that's why nowadays we have the ice cream cone. Now that we know more about these items, let's see what people like to put onto their preferences.
Chocolate syrup, butter, and some bananas.
I like syrup, butter, and whipped cream is just enough, and some bananas sometimes.
I like to put syrup and jelly on my waffles, Nutella sometimes.
I like putting either Nutella or lecherita on my waffles.
What I like to put on waffles is some chocolate, some fruits with some whipped cream and some syrup. That shit, it does something to me.
I like to put sometimes maple syrup with a block of butter, or sometimes I would put whipped cream with strawberries and blueberries.
I like to put syrup, butter, pretty much the regular stuff.
It has to be syrup, like fruit and I think powdered sugar, I think that's what it's called.
And generally, I just like to put some syrup on waffles.
Like put syrup, just a little bit of butter, and sometimes I'll have blueberries in them.
For this part of the documentary, I'm going to see how people feel when they eat their preferred preference to get more of an understanding of why they like their preference.
When I eat pancakes, I feel pretty stuffed. Gets me full. It gets the job done, I would say.
I feel good. It gives me in a good mood, and I feel full.
When I eat waffles, I feel happy.
When I eat waffles, I feel nostalgic. I feel happy. I feel joyous.
The way I feel when I eat waffles is like amazing. It just takes me to a different land.
I feel extremely good and pleasurable. The dopamine levels in my brain is rising as I eat it.
When I eat pancakes, I feel like I get full from it. I feel happy.
When I eat waffles, I feel satisfied. I have to have like a good amount of stuff on it though. I can't just have plain waffles, I guess.
I feel overjoyed, elated, like I can take on the world.
I feel happy that I get to sense the satisfying crunch of the waffles.
I feel good knowing that I put work into something and it paid off.
I feel great when I eat waffles.
Overall, we have learned the history of these breakfast items, and now it is time to choose between the two. Ultimately, they are both good, but when I did research and interviews, the interviews added up to 6 votes for pancakes and 6 votes for waffles. And when I did the survey, the score was 23 votes for pancakes and 16 votes for waffles. So overall, it ended with 29 votes for pancakes and 22 votes for waffles. Pancakes are the more superior breakfast item between the two.
A cup of milk or apple juice? What is that over his face?
Seems like just yesterday that I started my journey at SOZ High. I was a little nervous when I started freshman year because I didn't know what to expect. One of the people who really made my time at SOZ more fun was none other than Mr. Della Vega MB3.
When I first met you, what did I think of you? I thought that you only communicated using 3 phrases. Yes, no, and I don't know. But once you started to like let loose and break out of your shell, oh man, there's no stopping you, you know.
Navigating through the halls was easy in my power trip. Just when I was getting used to high school, I had to have major back surgery. So I come back to school after a couple months of my recovery from my surgery, only to have to go back home because a global pandemic broke out. Thanks a lot, COVID-19.
I noticed many challenges for students during online learning in terms of
not having a quiet place where they could work on their assignments, to challenges with getting online in the first place, challenges with not being comfortable asking questions, and challenges of apathy as well, unfortunately. What I've noticed about your growth is mostly in your confidence, in how outgoing I've noticed you becoming, and I've gotten to see a lot more of your sense of humor.
Hey Isaac, how are you doing?
Hey, Miss Margaret.
Oh, it's so good to see you. You doing good?
Yeah.
All right then. Well, you have a great day today.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I don't know. What will I remember most about Isaac? Let's see, a bit of a dry wit. How fast you drive that dang wheelchair around, which is amazing. And your kindness. You're just a really, really good guy.
It was during my senior year that I achieved one of my most notable accomplishments. I was nominated by my criminal justice teacher, Mr. O'Connell, for the RP Student of the Month award, which I ended up receiving. I had to do a speech for it and everything.
So I've always looked at him as possibly one of the best students in my class. That's why he was Student of the Month, is because he was one of the best students of my class and currently is one of the best students I've ever had. It makes me so empowered that I'm getting chills speaking about it, because he makes me feel like anybody can do anything, and that he is the epitome of someone who is like a perfect student.
That's all, folks. I had a fun time at SOZ. I enjoyed my time here and I made a lot of new friends. I miss spending time with my people. It looks like I will be graduating 17th in my class with a 3.97 GPA. Not too shabby. It wasn't always easy, but I made it through and made the most of my experience. I could not have made it without my roommate Mark, who was my aide throughout high school.
All right, well, Isaac, best of luck to you. Great job here at SLC, and we wish you all the best in college in the years to come. Bye. Bye. Take care.
Well, now after college, that's above.
In the early 7th century, a new era dawned in China. The Tang Dynasty, one of the most illustrious and prosperous periods in Chinese history, was about to begin. Spanning more than 300 years, the Tang Dynasty was a time of cultural, social, and economic growth that would leave a lasting impact on China and the world. The beginning. The Sui dynasty was first overthrown by a coup by Li Yan, having assistant-turned-assassin secure Yang Ding, the last emperor of the Sui dynasty. The first Tang dynasty, Li Yuan, known by his temple name Guangzhou, began as a contender for the rule of Sui, of which he had been an official. He overcame various rivals and rebels, and by 621 he controlled China's eastern plain. In 624 he added the most of the rest of the north and south China, although some rebels remained in the north throughout the dynasty. He directed many complex military operations in his tenure and established the basic institution of the Tang state. He emulated the first Sui dynasty in establishing a highly competent bureaucracy, and he adopted the same pattern of local administration. Because the state was bankrupt, the administration was kept small, simple, and cheap. The land distribution system of the Sui dynasty was adopted to give every taxable made a plot to minimize the number of large estates, and Liu Yan also took on Sui's system of taxation. He created mints and established a copper coinage that lasted throughout the dynasty. He ratified the laws with stated penalties for specific acts and provided for their review every 20 years. Art and literature. The Tang Dynasty was a time of great artistic and literary achievement. Poets like Li Bao and Du Fu wrote about nature, love, and struggles of everyday life. Their works remain celebrated and studied to this day. Science and technology. The Tang Dynasty was also a period of significant scientific and technological advancements. Chinese inventors and scientists made notable contributions in fields such as astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. The Tang Dynasty also played a crucial role in spreading the knowledge of gunpowder to the rest of the world. Religion and philosophy. During the Tang Dynasty, Buddhism became widespread in China. Monks and nuns from India brought them new ideas and art literature that influenced Chinese culture. In addition, Taoism and Confucianism continued to be significant philosophical and religion systems. The Tang Dynasty was a time of unprecedented growth, creativity, and innovation in China. Its legacy is still felt in modern Chinese culture, and its influence has spread throughout the world. The Tang Dynasty truly was a golden age of China.
看见春天走向你我，雪花飘飘，北风萧萧，天地一片。
Oh yeah, I'm finna make a banger with this. Huh? What? Now here it go, I just made it home. Missed calls on my phone, see I been gone. Was trying to hit a lick, but that just went wrong. I got a she right off the block. Her crib be the spot and we got Glocks. Tucked all in the don't come in unless you knock. But this Grammy told her about this. Help me set him up and she was with it. She just wants some shoes and she ain't get no. So we do that. I was at his neck, creeping from the back. So we do that. I was at his neck, creeping from the back, but saw the ops and had to let him have it. How up is that? But what that? She ain't called me yet. We did that.
Here we go. Rolling and action. Oh, it's the left side.
Bro.
You got that dreams, daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. 'Cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. You got that long hair, slick back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl fade and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. 'Cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. So it goes. He can't keep his wild eyes on the road. Takes me home. Lights are off, he's taking off his coat. I say I heard, oh, that you've been out and about with some other girl. Some other girl. He says what you heard is true, but I can't stop thinking about you. And I said I've been there too a few times. Style, we never go out of style.
Three-door AK Airport San Francisco Daily City train now approaching platform 2.
Have you ever wanted to explore San Francisco but didn't know where to start? The Bay Area Student Hangout Guide covers places in San Francisco students can explore by using BART. The stations we have covered are judged upon their walkability, price, food options, and how fun they are. Stop 1, Embarcadero. From the Embarcadero station is the iconic Pier 39. Now, out of the walkability, we gave it a 2 out of 5 stars, and not only because of the distance. The walk is relatively easy, however, it's a lengthy walk. It's like around 20 and 30 minutes. However, on the positive, you get nice scenery as you go, as you head towards Pier 39, so it's worth the walk, in my opinion. I don't know about Emma's opinion. What is your opinion? Okay. Out of the price, we gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Although this is where things get a little bit complicated because there's like different price ranges for everything. So some things might be overpriced and some things might be more affordable for others. So it's just a little bit tough to work around. For the food options, we gave it a 5 out of 5 because there's a variety. Like there's a wide range of food options that you can get. Let that be seafood, you know, because you're at the piers, or burgers, to Italian, they've got it all.
Ranch? You just drank ranch. What's ranch? That's good. You got a lemon?
For fun, we gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because again, the Embarcadero has a lot to offer. So like you get off the station, you can go to the ferry building, and then they have like multiple little shops and like eating spots there. And from there on forward, it's just a bunch of piers until you reach Pier 39, which is the more touristy place and like entertainment. There's a lot of entertainment available, such as the Mirror Maze, arcades, shops, etc. and etc. So yeah, Embarcadero, pretty good overall. Probably top number 1. Now, Powell Street drops you off right at the heart of San Francisco, and that's Market Street. So, Powell Street Station drops you off at the Westfield Mall in San Francisco, and that's a pretty large mall. For walkability, we rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. That's just because it's close to everything. Market Street, you know, it takes you from anywhere you'd like on the place that we visited. So that would be Union Square or Chinatown. It's pretty close. So we give it a 4 out of 5 stars. For price, we did a 3 out of 5 stars, and that's just because things can add up really quickly. And depending on what you're doing that day, let that be shopping or eating or dining, it can get very pricey really quickly. So again, the route that you take is up to you and your needs and your wants. So for food options, we went for a 5 out of 5 stars. Now simply that's because there's a lot to offer at Powell Street. Inside the mall, there's food in the food court. Outside the mall, like, there's little shops around, like the Melts. There's also Chinatown, which has a lot of small local businesses that you can support as well. And around Union Square, there are multiple restaurants inside of shops. Now, overall, for fun, we gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because although there can be some events on Union Square some weekends and throughout the month, there's not a lot to do entertainment wise. You can watch a movie, but that you can do that at home too. But overall, it's a really nice scenic view, and you can just go around, take pictures, and just hang out with your friends. So yeah, overall for Powell Street, we gave it a second tier out of all the stations, and we recommend students do take multiple people, or to not go by themselves because of safety. Our third station that we visited was also Civic Center. Now overall, we put it at a low tiered station because there's not much to do around there, except some events take place during Civic Center due to it being in the City Hall. But that takes place throughout the year. One example is also the Pride Parade. We don't recommend going to Civic Center unless you're going to the library, which is really huge, and there's a little picnic area in the middle. But at certain times it may be unsafe for students to be by themselves due to the sketchy surroundings and many homeless people that are in the area, unfortunately. Walkability, again, we did it at 3 out of 5. Price, it was 3 out of 5 because there's a lot of small businesses, hidden gems there, which is again connects us to the food options, which is a 3 out of 5 because there's not much except just small areas that are scattered around the station. And for fun, again, 3 out of 5 because there's not much to do around there, and yeah, it's a single place where you would if you had to go to Civic Center, it's just to do one specific thing. And the place that we visited was Square Pie Guys, so that was really good. Thanks for watching, you guys. That was our video. We hope that our video, motivated you to visit the city, and we also hope that we spread the message of using public transportation. As always, whenever you go out, be safe and have fun. We hope that you have found some things to do in the city because there's so many more different stations that are there for you to explore. There's Montgomery, there's Daly City, and there's so much more out there. There's more places to eat, more places to hang out, just take pictures, and just overall amazing things to do in San Francisco. So yeah. Bye. Bye.
my hand even if you don't understand. Hold up.
No matter what you say, what you do, when I'm alone, I'd rather be with you. Yeah, these songs, I'll be right by your side till 2005. Hold up,
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 hold up, hold up.
Do you think we're wasting our lives? Not really. Where's Dora?
I found this cool place.
foot on the gas. I'm just trying to pass all the red lights and the stop signs. I'm ready to go. Before I get to the baby, that's a problem. Cause I'm way too scared to call and you might get me to stay. No, I don't really mind the drive, but I think I'd probably die in Oakland. When my hands are doing things, so I guess it all depends on Oakland. And I'm nervous, truth be told, I never saw me growing old in Oakland. Hold up. No matter what you say, what you do, when I'm alone, I'd rather be with you.
There is a lot of trash around the school, especially near the cafeteria and in the cafeteria when there are people going around with trash cans and when there are trash cans right next to them. This is easily avoidable if people could just throw away the trash when they are finished with their food. There are many animals in our school, and if they see trash, they could think it's food. If they eat it, they'll get really sick or they could possibly die. That is why we need to throw away our trash when we are done with our food. The large amount of trash laying around is also a main reason why there are so many birds. So many people leave trash at the tables outside the cafeteria when they are basically surrounded by the trash cans. Do you see all this trash? Nasty, isn't it? Did you know schools in general generate about 562,442 tons of waste each year in California? That's a lot of trash, right? Littering is considered to be harmful not only to students and teachers, but it can also be harmful to outsiders, animals, and the environment outside of the campus. Besides, the fact that littering makes the area dirty itself is unpleasant. Littering can be harmful and can cause accidents and fires. Littering can make the janitors and the maintenance crews' jobs more difficult too. Littering can be harmful to the environment and animals. The trash around our school could possibly end up in waterways and large bodies of water, leading to even greater problems such as pollution, flooding, and habitat destruction. The impact of rubbish is far-reaching. Don't be like that guy over there. How do we combat littering, you say? Well, the best thing to do is to throw away the trash yourself, you dingus. One of the best ways to combat littering is to throw away the trash yourself. But for some people, it's easier said than done. In this documentary, we'll be talking about the cause of littering, the impacts of littering in our school, and some of the proposed solutions for combating littering. Now then, let's get this video started. Hi, I'm here with
Miss Aarons.
And I'm here to ask you a few questions about all the littering. So, how often do you see trash all around you?
Unfortunately, I see trash a lot on this campus. A lot of it is mostly out by the cafeteria, but then I do see like in between the hallways, in the breezeways, and then unfortunately there is a lot of trash that is left behind in my classroom too. I'm just looking at my inside of my desk right now, and there is lots and lots of trash in there. So it is just it finds its way into all these different places on our campus. So
has the trash always been this bad?
I think so. Since I've been here, this is my 10th year here, and as we know, my last. The trash situation, especially out and around the community, has always been as bad as it is now. And I don't know what they're going to do to fix it.
Okay, thank you.
I feel that it has. I've taught here for 20 years and I haven't noticed an increase in trash, which is good, but I also haven't noticed a decrease in trash. For example, yesterday I was walking by a classroom and I saw a student throw a water bottle outside the window. The student and I made eye contact. He saw me. I found it quite shocking that he would just throw it in front of me. I handed it back to him through the window. I think one thing we could do to combat the negative attitude that some people have is to build community, perhaps have an event on a weekend or after school where families and students and staff members, people from the district office, could all come and do kind of a community cleanup day, similar to what the Druids Club has done, and really make it a community-wide event.
Hi, I'm here with
Mr. Carter.
How is the school environment with all the trash?
Well, I think the problem with there being trash around campus that doesn't get picked up is twofold. One, it is a health concern because it can attract rodents and other vermin, and they carry diseases which are hazardous to us. But on another level, it also goes to show that students, when they see trash around campus and don't pick it up, it encourages more trash, not less trash, to be left in the future because, well, it's already a mess. And it's hard for students to take ownership of making the place better when they feel like they're the only ones trying to do so.
So, how often do you see trash all around you in the school?
Constantly. 100%. Always trash everywhere, in the front, rear, west, south, east, north.
How many pieces of trash do you pick up every day?
Estimated 1,500, 2,000 pieces of garbage estimated. That's the whole crew. That's not just inside and outside of the inside the buildings and outside the buildings.
Okay. And how long does it take to pick up all that trash?
Well, we just keep up with it. We keep it from building up. So if we let it go and then it gets worse, we don't want to do that.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Hey, I'm Sam Dema, and we are the co-founders of a community organization called Pick Waste. It started when I was 17, sitting in my teacher's world issues class, as he was breaking down the lives of figures in history to try and prove to us that a small, consistent action can make a massive global change. I remember leaving that class and every day walking home from school asking myself, what small action can you take? And I started picking up garbage. And I did it for 4 months until 5 days before summer break. My good buddy Dylan Mendez was driving home and he was like, Sam, what the heck are you doing? Then we started meeting up to clean up for 1 hour once a week, and the rest was history.
And my name is Dylan Mendez. Since 2017, we've completed over 300 community cleanups, filling around 3,000 bags of litter in this community alone. One of the sources where we get our volunteers from is high schools. We provide high school students with volunteer hours for coming out and picking up litter. Picking up litter is a great way to spread awareness about environmental issues. One of the main issues that we spread awareness about is how when we neglect our environment, that in turn affects the health of all humans in the long run. That is why we do what we do here at Pick Waste. Every piece counts. Thank you for coming out and showing your Pickering pride. Let's go out into the community and let's pick waste.
Hi, I'm Miss Mocker.
Hi, my name is Tyler. I'm a campus security guard here at San Lorenzo High School.
They call me Spaz.
My name is Jonah.
Hi, my name's Alyssa Bradley, and I'm an English and ELD teacher at San Lorenzo High School.
My name is Allison O'Brien.
My name is Efren Aguilar. I'm a student at SLZ, and I am a senior.
Hi, my name is Samuel Gonzalez, and I'm a senior at San Lorenzo High School.
My name is Mr. McVeigh, teacher at San Lorenzo High School.
How do you feel that 75% of trash is not thrown away properly, which causes our Earth's health to decline day by day?
I personally feel really bad, and I feel really bad for future generations that have to live through our mistakes. And yeah, the world is just becoming a more dirty place.
I feel like it's messed up because this is all we got. We got one Earth, we got one shot at living, and all because it's not affecting us now, doesn't mean it's not going to affect the future generations and destroy the planet.
Did you know that on average, one person litters 4.4 pounds a day?
I didn't know that that was the actual number. That's, again, not surprising. I see especially students just, tossing stuff on the ground all the time, assuming that somebody else will clean it up. Obviously not all students, but when I walk through the quad area after lunch or break, it's pretty disgusting. It's probably more than 4 pounds per student, honestly.
Describe how much trash you see throughout your day.
On campus, I still see a lot of trash, even though our custodians do a really good job. Outside of school, I constantly see trash on the streets, and yeah, it's kind of sad.
How do you feel that 75% of trash is not thrown away properly, which causes our Earth's health to decline day by day?
I feel terrible, especially where you're at. You're standing where I call the Avenue of Giants, beautiful trees, and before the construction people are throwing garbage next to our trees, and that's, to me, that's not right. That's really messed up. I disagree with that,
How do you think we could help this problem from becoming more of a problem?
We can make more initiatives to stop people from littering, especially on campus. Maybe some type of reward system to stop kids from littering. I think that's one small step, but there's other things in the real world that we could probably do to help as well.
How much trash do you see throughout a day?
Well, working at a large institution like a high school, I do see garbage, and we have 1,300 students and a lot of staff, so I see a lot of garbage, especially after lunchtime, after break. I would say most of it goes in the garbage can. There is, I think we do have a bit of an issue with litter on our campus.
Describe how much trash you see throughout your day.
Well, inside and outside, about the 3,000 to 3,500 pieces, inside and out from classrooms and outside, getting rid of it. The whole staff, the custodial staff has to deal with it.
How do you think this affects the wildlife?
It's killing it on a massive scale, all the way up the food chain, and we need to stop killing everything on the planet by our wasteful trash use. And I don't know if I'll see it in my lifetime, but I hope so. But yeah, we're killing everything that lives on the planet with our trash.
It'd be simpler. Multicolored garbage cans keep things simple, so everybody could start recycling, and that would be a big help,
Waste management in our society. We're terrible at it. We as human beings constantly trash our planet on a huge scale, a scale larger than where most people are even aware of, and we need to stop, or our children's children are going to die a horrible toxic death. And people need to stop throwing their trash around and expecting other people to pick it up, and we need to use less plastics. We need to have fewer single-use objects and fewer things wrapped in massive amounts of plastic and paper that don't need to be, and we need to stop, and stop like now.
Describe how much trash you see throughout your day.
Throughout the day, like especially during break and lunch, and mainly like all the break periods, I literally see like a bunch of trash as I'm walking to class and just like all over the floor.
Yeah, so I see a lot on my drive and on my walks around the neighborhood. And then definitely there's more trash in certain neighborhoods, particularly lower income neighborhoods. And along the drive, along the freeways, underneath the overpasses, by the, like any lots that are sort of empty or don't have any activity there. So throughout the day, yeah, if I'm driving, I see a lot along the road and the freeways. If I'm walking around, it depends on the areas, but there's areas where I live in Oakland where people are staying in tents, and there's lots of trash typically around those areas.
How do you think the buildup of trash affects your community?
I think it affects our community because when I see it around, it gets everywhere, and the nature gets messed up, and I see that animals can die from it too.
Seeing a lot of trash around our area is like really disrespectful in a way, and I feel like we should all just gather around and do something about it, because just laying around is really just disgusting to me. And the number of times I walk to school, I see trash laying in the ground, and the number of times that I see it, it just really makes me sad. So if we just leave it there, it's gonna keep piling up, and eventually it's gonna clog our sewers, toilets, or even our oceans. So as a community, we should be out there just helping.
How do you help this problem from becoming more of a problem?
I try to help. I'm not too big into it. If I see trash along the street, I usually pick it up, throw it away. If something needs to be recycled, I put it in the recycling, and that's all.
I think if you put more trash cans, because I see like the school put more trash cans, but they only put like 2 or 3 more, which doesn't really solve the problem at all. And also like encourage people to throw stuff away and have like more like blue bins to recycle like recyclables, and then green to recycle compostables like paper and stuff like that.
Do you know anybody that litters?
Yeah, I know a couple people that litter, and usually when they do it in front of me, I tell them like, hey, you need to stop that, like just like pick it up and throw it to the trash. Like it's not even that far away. It doesn't take that much time or energy to do it.
How do you stop this problem around school of our trash?
I think instead of making the trash cans like gray, I think you should make them like a bright color so people know it's a trash can. Instead of like gray, where majority of the time, since there's a bunch of asphalt, it blends into everything. But just in general, just make the trash cans like brighter colors.
Car culture is more than just transportation. It's a global phenomenon that has captured the hearts and minds of enthusiasts all over the world. From JDM to German cars to American muscle, car culture is defined by its unique subcultures. But it's not just about the cars. Car culture is also a way of life, a community of people who share a passion for cars. Cars are also an art form, with enthusiasts customizing and creating vehicles that are more than just machines. With the positives come some potential negatives. Car culture also has societal impacts, including economic contributions and potential safety concerns. Car culture is more than just transportation, it's a way of life.
Hello everyone, my name is Russell. This is my 95 Mazda MX-5 Miata. Currently had this car for about a month, and it's honestly a really good car. Like, if you guys get into cars, like, this is probably one of the best cars that you could get. It makes 125 horsepower out of the factory. Comes on a really good suspension. Good weight distribution as well, 50-50 weight distribution. So this car handles like A1, like better than a track car, to be honest. If I had any suggestions for anyone trying to get themselves into this car, just be prepared, because there's not a lot of space in here. Like, I have problems trying to find space. As you can see, my little stuffed animal in the passenger seat. But yeah. So what I'd say is unique about my car is the headlights. It has halo headlights. They're actually really nice. I just installed them like a week ago. Suspension wise, this car is fully decked out on suspension, so it handles really nice. What have I done to the car? So far just the headlights. Previous owner did a lot of work to the car. There's a whole like ignition system in there. It has a kill switch, manual fans. There's a upgrade suspension, so I have coilovers, strut bars, sway bars. Basically anything that makes the car handle better on track. Yeah, specifically track. How this car represents me is that it's small and it looks cool. I've been wanting this car ever since I was 13. Like, this is like my current dream car at the moment. Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked I have this. What does this car mean to me? Right now, like, all my money goes to this car. So I say it means everything right now. Literally all my money goes to this car. Got this car because it's a two-door convertible, you know, good for the summer, to be honest. Like, I can see myself driving this all the way out to Santa Cruz on summer days. It's a really cool car. Favorite memory with the car? I'm still learning how to drive it, so a lot of the times I do spin out, but that's just cruising. Keep in mind, that's just cruising. It's really fun to drive this car. That's honestly my best memory with this car. My current dream car is a 92 Mazda RX-7, or just any year RX-7 in general. I really love the rotary engine. I want to learn how to work on them. I want to build one actually. Like, every time I see them at car meets, I always think of myself, I'm like, wow, he did good. He did good, because most RX-7s today, you won't find them dead stock. Like, most of them will be modded because they don't last that long, you know? It's like, and it's cool having that kind of engine in the car. Yeah.
Car culture isn't limited to just the cars themselves. It's a lifestyle that extends to clothing, music, and even slang. The car community creates a unique identity that brings people together. Car shows and events serve as vibrant hubs where enthusiasts gather to showcase their prized vehicles and share their passion. These gatherings celebrate automotive craftsmanship and provide a platform for camaraderie. The media, particularly movies, music, and TV shows, have played a crucial role in shaping car culture. Iconic films like The Fast and the Furious, have ignited a fervor for certain car models and influenced trends within the community.
What's up? My name is James. I am a senior at SLZ, and this is my 2022 Mustang. When I went to the dealership to go look for a car, I didn't think that, I'm gonna own a Mustang, especially a 2022, a new one. So I kind of ignored it. I didn't really look at it, didn't pay much attention. Me and my girlfriend were like looking at other cars on the lot, and then, my dad was there and he talked about how, it's a perfect fit for me. I always liked Mustangs, always been into them. Probably one of my favorite American muscle cars. So went for a test ride in it, and I was like, yeah, I like this, it's perfect for me. So, we got it, and then, ever since then, it's kind of been like my favorite car to drive. Like, I've been in other cars, drove other cars, don't really have interest in them besides this one, it's kind of cool, and I'm happy to have it. I think cars are much more, especially the people that are into cars and like to work on them, modify them. It's like a hobby for a lot of people. I think it's art and expression, because like people like come up with like designs for a wide body, and I think it's really cool. Like, it's like art, because they're making it. They're making stuff that's like never been done before. A thing that is very sentimental to me is obviously when my grandma had one. She had a Cobra, and she got me into like the speed, how fast a Mustang can go, the body look. And fast forward later in my life, I own a Mustang, so it's kind of sentimental to me. Every time I drive it, it reminds me of my grandma. Every time I get to like press the pedal and go fast, it's kind of sick, because it brings back like childhood memories of me riding in it. So yeah, I enjoy it a lot, and I think it's like probably one of the biggest things that make me happy. One way that this car represents me is it's always been a thing in my family. My grandma and grandpa own Mustangs, so getting one as my first car is pretty sick. I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. People hate it because it's loud, but I like loud cars. So, what it means to me is, my grandpa had a Fox body. My grandma had a GT 500. So I don't know, getting like one of those, keeping the Mustang alive in the family is pretty sick. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. My favorite memory with this car is when I got to take my grandma for a ride in it, because she hasn't been in one since her husband passed away. So it was pretty sick. I got a little bit emotional because it reminded her of her husband and what he liked to work on and what he liked to do for fun. So yeah, it's probably one of my favorite memories of being in this car and having it. One of my dream cars is the S15. I think they're really sick, especially if you import it from Japan and have the steering on the other side. And hopefully I'll be able to go out there to the auctions and bid for it. That'd be pretty sick. And the things you can do to the body will be so cool. And yeah.
Car culture often extends beyond age, gender, and social status, encouraging a sense of inclusivity and diversity. It brings together people from all walks of life who share a common passion for cars and creates lasting friendships. Car culture is an ever-evolving landscape. As technology advances, enthusiasts are embracing new opportunities for personalization, such as digital vehicle customization and virtual car communities.
I don't read the newspapers because they all have ugly friends.
At the starting of the week, I'd so many times I hear them speak. It's only negotiations breaking down. See those leaders start to frown. It's sword and gun day.
I'm Paul Gonzalez. This is my 1987 Toyota Supra. The motor inside of this is a 7MGE. This came before the 1JZ or the 2JZ. That's in the other Toyota Supra. from 1994. This car has 49,000 original miles on it. I try to keep it as clean as possible, as it is a collector's item. It's also on airbag suspension, and the fitment isn't perfect, but I'll have that coming up soon. Cars can be whatever you want them to be. If you see it as transportation, you can use it as transportation. If you see it as a collector's item, you can use it as a collector's item. Mine is a show car. I have another car that's supposed to be a track car. It's honestly just to each their own. Most people see it as they want the most economic friendly car, I guess, or whatever, but I don't think of it like that. What makes my car unique is that it's from 1987 with 49,000 original miles on it. It's currently on airbag suspension and it has a custom steering wheel that I installed myself, and it also has original seats that have no tears and are immaculate. What I've done to this one is not much, pretty much just the airbag suspension, and it had a few coolant leaks when I first got it, but those are all fixed up now. I plan on putting rims on it and a body kit. This car represents me because it shows that I'm into classic cars, more specifically Japanese cars, but I do enjoy other cars like American muscle and some German cars too. This car means not everything to me, but it is a big deal to me because this is my first car ever, and I will hold this car for as long as I can. The reason I got this car was because I wanted something sporty and something with a little bit of power. This is a combination of both, and it looks good too. My favorite memory with this car is driving up to the Hayward Hills and sitting there with my little brother and enjoying lunch together. My current dream car is a Lancer Evolution X, probably a 2015. And the reason I want it is because it's perfect for a track. It's all-wheel drive, and those motors have potential.
I mean, I didn't be like, I'm my grandpa. Sorry, bro.
Cut it, hey, cut it out, redo. Take three.
And then fast forward 17 years later. Whoa, 17 years later, so I'm also 1 year old. I do. Hella old people.
I like cars.
My favorite memory about this car is when my grandma came in it because...
My bad, I'm throwing up.
I said sick way too much. Sick. My grandma came sick.
I'm done.
future, entertainment will be randomly generated.
Randomly generated?
Randomly generated. What better way to achieve the unexpected? I've seen the future, Bob, and the future is autotainment.
What is comedy? Comedy is a professional entertainment consisting of jokes and satirical sketches intended to make an audience laugh. So, why am I talking about comedy? Well, today we'll be talking about life. More specifically, the internet life. Hi, my name is Maria and I'll be talking about the wondrous world of internet comedy. Today we'll be discussing about how internet comes to play, and especially more towards the topic of comedy. Comedy is pretty common in our life, honestly. And like every time we laugh at our situation, whether it's sad or it's happy, we really cope with humor. It's mostly just dark, honestly. So in this documentary, I'll be discussing about the different aspects of what internet comedy consists with. So let's get started.
Wow, I was introduced to the internet way back when it first started. I remember being in high school and I worked on the school newspaper. And that's when we first started doing things digitally.
How I was introduced to the internet was basically just getting a phone for like a hand-me-down for my brothers or something, and being able to connect to Wi-Fi and explore from there on out, and to play games, go on social media, go on like the actual Google, Safari, whatever, you know.
The internet. Internet is really a broad item, a broad media humanity has to offer, honestly. It's like one of the top peaked level of technology that we can offer. Till this day, it still revolves in our society, in our lives. So first off, how did the internet begin? Well, based off of Google, which is my best friend, it is the first workable prototype of the internet that came in the late 1960s with creation of ARPANET, Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. Originally funded by the U.S. Department of Defense, ARPANET used packet switching to allow multiple computers to communicate on a single network. So technology started to advance in 1970s with the work of two scientists. One scientist, Robert Kane, and second scientist, Vincent Cerf, who developed a communications model standardizing how data was transmitted in multiple networks. ARPANET adopted this on January 1st, 1983, and the modern internet was born. Wow, that's so dramatic, honestly. It makes me cry how old this is.
A meme I would define as a photograph or a drawing, some kind of image with some kind of text on top of it that makes a joke and that is passed around via social media or via texting.
What does a meme stand for? Well, a meme is basically an abbreviation of a Greek word mime. This means imitating things. The word meme was invented by Richard Dawkins in 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. There are at least two definitions of what a meme is. I will state the first one. First meme definition is an amusing or interesting thing captioned or pictured in the video or gene of items that would spread widely among the internet throughout social media. Second definition is an idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from a person to another within the culture. A lot of words there, but just to summarize it in the most easiest word, we just copy jokes everywhere.
What makes me laugh the most on the internet? I say when people react to things that are like dumb or stupid or anything that's just like pointless or goofy, and probably like memes and stuff. Just a whole bunch of people doing silly things and just being their normal selves.
Like, they're cool, they're also funny. It would have to depend. Sometimes it could strengthen them because like it could make a joke out of something, like out of a horrible situation, but it could also like lead to another horrible situation. So it's very difficult.
The core theme of meme is that it spreads, repeats, and is transferable over time within a particular demographic group. Thus, you have this idea of meme. Memes not only originated from America, it comes all over this world, all right? Like, you can see American jokes, you can see Asian jokes, black jokes, Mexican jokes, any jokes that feels relatable towards you, that makes you ha-ha laugh.
Like, the current memes, I say they kind of weaken our society because they are either unfunny or just like, just out of pocket.
I think comedic jokes strengthen our society because it makes us all have a good laugh together. It puts us all in a good mood, and we'll all most likely be able to work together that way.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this far. I just wanna tell you how I feel. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell you. Number one
not that I don't want you here. Yeah, yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. No. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay. Sit right next to you. Yeah. I try not to show.
Welcome back! We hope you enjoyed the show.
Please take time to use your ballots to vote for your favorite video.
Raise your hand when you're done, and a BADA volunteer will pick up your ballot and pencil. Please stay tuned after voting for a few final messages from our teachers.
We'd like to once again thank Stan Dillman and his family for hosting us at the beautiful Bell Theater. Thanks, Stan.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate your continued support for San Lorenzo High School and Bay Area Digital Arts Program. Have a good night. Bye.